My straight best friend got drunk and kissed me, then ghosted me like it never happened. So I, 23M, gay, have been best friends with Liam, 24M, straight, since college. He's one of those guys who's annoyingly attractive, football player build, perfect teeth, never had an awkward face. We met freshman year, clicked instantly, and just never stopped being around each other. Sleepovers, gym together, drunk nights, Netflix marathons. He was the first straight guy who never made me feel weird about being gay. He'd say shit like, "You're literally the only gay dude I'd ever let sleep in my bed." And yeah, I low-key had a crush on him in year one, but I buried it. He never flirted, never crossed the line. We were just close. Until last month, we were at a house party. We were both pretty drunk, like, leaning on each other drunk. And out of nowhere, while we were sitting outside smoking, he looked at me and said, "You're actually hot, you know that?" And then he kissed me. Tongue. Slow. Real. Then he pulled away and said, "Don't tell anyone," and walked back inside like nothing happened. I sat there in silence, fully frozen. I've kissed guys before, but this was different. This was him. And he kissed me. The next morning, I texted him, "Hey, do you want to talk about last night?" He didn't reply. 2 days went by. Nothing. Then he finally answered with, "Ik, what you are talking about, LOL. LOL? Bro, you tongue kissed me and then disappeared, and now you're pretending it was a dream?" For the next week, he dodged every invite, ignored every message. He unfollowed me on Be Real and turned off Snap Maps. I felt crazy, like I'd imagined the whole thing, like I hallucinated it. My anxiety was off the charts. I started questioning if I was delusional, until one of our mutual friends, who didn't know anything, casually said, "Liam's been acting weird lately, like real moody." He left the group chat. So it wasn't just me. I finally cornered him at our friend's birthday dinner. I asked him, "Why did you kiss me if you were just gonna act like I don't exist?" What he said next made me want to throw my drink in his face. He just looked at me and said, "It didn't mean anything. I was drunk. Can we not make it a big deal?" No apology. No remorse. No explanation. I said, "It meant something to me. You don't get to play with my feelings just because you were bored and drunk." He shrugged and said, "Well, I'm not gay, so." That's when I got up and left. Couldn't even finish my burger. Sat in the Uber with tears in my eyes like a goddamn rom-com. Clash update 1. 1 week later. He posted a story of himself and some girl at the bar, full-on holding her waist, smiling like he didn't just ruin me emotionally. But then, at 2 a.m., he texted me, "Hey, are you up?" I didn't reply. The next night, he texted again, "I miss talking to you." Now I was mad and confused. Is he into me? Was the kiss real? Was he just lonely? Closeted? Experimenting? I didn't know what to believe anymore. Update 2. 2 weeks later. We met up. I needed answers. He actually opened up. He said, "I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I think about you all the time, and I hate it. I've never felt this way about a guy before." He admitted he'd had thoughts for a while, that the kiss wasn't just random. Then he said, "But I can't be with a guy. My family would freak. I'd lose everything." I asked him if he was gay. He said no. I asked if he was bi. He said he didn't know. I asked what he wanted from me. He didn't answer. We just sat there in silence. Two people who felt like strangers again. I wanted to scream. Because now I knew he had feelings, but he wouldn't claim them. And I wasn't about to be someone's secret, closet experiment, or guilty pleasure. Update 3. 1 month later. We haven't spoken. He still watches my stories. Likes my tweets. But no texts. No calls. No meetups. Sometimes I see him out with girls and wonder if he's just pretending. Other times I wonder if he really just moved on. Part of me still misses him. Not as a maybe lover, but as my best friend. That loss hurts more than the kiss. So Reddit. What the hell do I do with all this? Was I stupid for catching feelings? Should I have just pretended it never happened? Or was I just a convenient outlet for a guy who doesn't even know who he is? All I know is, that kiss changed everything. And now, nothing feels real anymore. Let me know if I'm the asshole, the idiot, or just the collateral damage of someone else's confusion. Part 2. If you've seen Part 1, you know the deal. I'm 23M, gay. My best friend Liam, 24M, straight, kissed me while drunk, ghosted me for days, gaslit me like it never happened. Then later confessed he had feelings, but was too scared to face them. It was a whole damn mess. I told him I wasn't going to be his secret. I walked away, heart shattered. But then, Last night happened that I opened my door, and there he was. Liam. In the rain. Drunk again. Holding a crumpled hoodie and looking like a man who just lost everything. He said, "Please don't close the door." I let him in. He sat on the edge of my couch and said, "I can't stop thinking about you. About what I did. About what I didn't do." I stayed silent. He ran his hands through his hair and said, "You were right. I'm confused. But the only thing I'm sure of is you." I asked him, "Are you here because you miss me, or because you miss how safe I made you feel?" He didn't answer for a full minute. Then he looked at me and said, "Both." I should have told him to leave, but I wanted to hear him say it. I wanted to hear the words that haunted me for weeks. He finally said it. "That kiss wasn't a mistake. I kissed you because I wanted to. I ghosted you because I freaked the fuck out. Not because I didn't feel anything. I felt too much. And I swear, my chest cracked open in that moment. Because that was everything I needed back then. But now, it just hurt more." I asked him, "So what now? You kiss me again?" I fall back in. "And then next week you disappear when it gets too real?" He said, "No. I want to try. For real. Just slow." And that's when I realized. I didn't want slow. I didn't want maybe. I didn't want to teach someone how to love me. I wanted someone who already could. I said the hardest thing I've ever had to say. I looked him in the eye and said, "I love you, Liam. But I'm done." He blinked. "What?" "You broke something in me. I waited for weeks. Cried over you. Lost sleep over you. And now you're ready. Because I stopped waiting? Nah. You don't get to come back just because now you feel safe." His eyes filled up. He said, "So that's it." I nodded. He stood there for a second, then walked out. No yelling. No slamming doors. Just silence. That it's been a week. He hasn't called. I haven't heard from him. I still miss him. Don't get me wrong. It hurts. He was my best friend. Maybe my first real love. But I've also never felt more free. Because for once, I chose me to thank you. To everyone who commented on part 1, you gave me strength. The "he's not ready" comments, the "don't be someone's test ride" advice, the shared heartbreaks, I felt seen. Reddit, y'all were the friend I needed when mine disappeared. So thank you. For real. And if you're someone stuck in this limbo, between love and confusion, between someone's fear and your own heart, let me say this clearly. You deserve love that doesn't come with conditions. You deserve to be someone's choice, not someone's lesson. Thanks for reading. Up. Part 3. So, if you've been following this saga, you know how I, now 24M, fell for my straight best friend. He kissed me, ghosted me, confessed he was confused, and then tried to come back into my life when I had already broken trying to wait for him. And I said no. I chose myself. I moved on. And for a whole year I never saw him. Until last Saturday night. I was at a gay club with friends. Outfit tight. Skin glowing. Feeling powerful. And then I saw him. Across the dance floor. Leaning against the bar. Hair shorter. Arms bigger. Smile still crooked. Liam. I froze. He saw me. And we locked eyes. The kind of eye contact that makes your stomach do gymnastics and your soul scream. He started walking toward me. I didn't move. I thought, nah, this ain't real. This is God testing me. He stopped right in front of me and said, "Hey." I said, "Wow. Didn't think I'd see you in a place like this." He smiled, that same dumb, soft smile that used to ruin me, and said, "Yeah, lots changed." I wanted to laugh. "You don't say." We talked. Shouted over the music. He asked how I've been. Said I looked hot. Told me I seemed happy. I was polite. Calm. Chill. But inside, I was screaming. Why now? Then he said, "Can we go outside for a sec? I owe you something." I followed. I was curious. Or maybe, I just needed to see what he'd become. We stood outside the club, neon lights bouncing off his face. And he told me something I was never expecting to hear. Insert ad here. He said, "You were the first person I ever loved." I didn't know how to handle that back then. I was scared. Of myself. Of what it meant. I said nothing. He kept going. But now, I've been out for 6 months. I've dated a bit. I'm not confused anymore. And I still think about you. I exhaled. "What do you want from me, Liam?" He said, "A second chance." And I swear to God, time slowed down. I looked at him. And for a second, I saw it. The alternate timeline where we got it right. Where we kissed in the rain and woke up laughing. Where our story worked. But then I remembered. The crying. The silence. The pain of being his secret. And I realized, I'm not that boy anymore. I stepped back. Looked him in the eye. And I said what I've been dying to say for a whole year. I said, I'm proud of you. Truly. I know how hard that journey is. But I'm not the same person who waited for you to be ready. I needed you then, and you couldn't show up. Now that I don't need you, you're finally here. He looked down. I stepped closer and whispered, I deserved someone who chose me the first time. And then I walked back inside, head held high. The music hit. My friends cheered when they saw me. I danced like I was on fire, like my body remembered every time I cried over him, and was now burning it off. Liam didn't follow me back in, and that was the real closure. So Reddit. There it is. 1 year later, full circle moment, hot ex-friend at a gay club, and me? Still that bitch. I don't hate him. I don't even regret him. He was a part of my story, but he's not the whole book. Thank you. To every single person who followed this story, commented, DM'd, or just listened. You helped me survive one of the most confusing, bittersweet, and heartbreaking moments of my life. You made me feel sane when I felt like I imagined it all. Thank you. Seriously. And if you're in that moment, loving someone who's not ready, let them go. You'll glow up, show up, and someday they'll see what they lost. And if they're lucky, they'll spot you across the club, looking better than they ever imagined.